What's going on, guys? Daryl Williams with the How to Be Fit channel. I want to bust one of the most common myths that go around in the fitness world, and that is the skinny guy myth, right? You know, you've always been skinny, your daddy was skinny, your grandfather was skinny, everybody in your family is skinny, and so you figure that you don't have the genetics to make gains. First of all, most of it is all bullshit and excuses, alright? There's no genetics going to really prevent you from making gains unless what that genetics is type 2 diabetes. You don't produce enough insulin. Insulin is a vehicle in which your body gives nutrients to the muscle, things like that. Or you have some type of degenerative condition that makes it to where you don't put on enough muscle. Or there are numerous amount of things that can be the reason, but more than likely that's not what your problem is. Just because your family was skinny doesn't mean much of anything. As a matter of fact, my family is very thin for the most part, and until we got in like our 20s, 30s, and all that jazz, people started putting on weight. But for years, we all figured that we cannot gain weight. But your diet plays such a huge part in your ability to gain weight, and a lot of people's problem, the skinny people, if you will, their biggest problem is that they just don't eat the right types of food and they don't train in the right way. So the first thing I suggest for somebody who's always been thin was to tell me, what kind of sports were you good at? Were you a distance runner? Were you a sprinter? Like, if you played sports in high school, this is a great place to be able to look to see what types of muscle fibers may be which you're most comprised of. A lot of the times, just figuring out what type of sports they played, like for instance, let's just pick an easy one. You were a cross-country runner. You excelled at it, as a matter of fact. But you've been training and you can't seem to gain any muscle. So first of all, what you need to do is you need to load up on some load. You probably have a lot of slow twitch, muscle fibers, and a lot of load. In other words, a lot of reps. So, some 10 sets of 10, some drop sets, things like that are going to be the stimulus you need to get them types of gains. They getting there. They getting there. Right now they're 16 and a half. They don't look all that impressive, but they getting there. Don't judge me. But get the types of gains that you're looking for, right? So in the adverse, or in the reverse rather, if you were somebody who excelled, like let's say in sprinting and things like that, you probably want to train in a low volume environment and heavy weight. So like a 5x5 would be a great place for you to be able to start. And I know for me, that was what gave me consistent gains, and that type of hypertrophy is it seems to be a little bit more low maintenance, honestly. I feel like the weight sticks on me a little better when I'm lifting heavy versus when I'm doing like a shit ton of load trying to get big. Again, it just comes down to what is your body type. And so another reason is going to be you just haven't been lifting long enough. If you've been lifting for fucking 90 days and you're complaining about, I ain't making no gains. Well, hell no you ain't. You're probably just starting to finally figure out how to be able to even lift properly. A lot of guys start off and they figure the gains they're just gonna happen. They're just gonna walk in the gym, they just gonna put the weights away and put on a pound of muscle. That's not gonna happen, okay? If you're not a very coordinated person, it could take a while. It's there's not a one size fits all to this shit. I mean, it's a science, but I think personal training should be looked at a lot like medicine. You see how you get to practice medicine? You should practice training, because we don't know all the answers, and every person is different, and so you have to look at an individual basis, and that's why you should get with a professional. If you guys haven't heard, I do offer those types of services. Let me write out your plan. Let me write out your meal plan. Let me go over what your needs are to help you get in the right direction and be able to make those gains. That's all I got for you guys, man. The skinny guy myth, busted like hell. It just doesn't exist, It just comes down to you probably just not training the right way. Comment, subscribe, like, talk shit. Whatever you're going to do. But I'm out of here.